The former Vice President Atiku Abubakar says the pulling down of his reaction to the killing of Sokoto College student Deborah Samuel does not amount to condoning religious intolerance. Atiku Abubakar added that has been loud in condemning religious issues that tend to divide Nigerians. The former Vice President is one of the aspirants seeking the presidential ticket of the PDP ahead of next year's presidential election. He was in Benin City, the capital of Edo State, in continuation of his efforts to woo delegates ahead of the PDP presidential primaries.
Every tweet has to get my approval. Unfortunately, this tweet, because I was traveling all over the country, did not have my approval. So I said it should be taken out. And that every tweet must have my express approval. I am not a person who is afraid to take stand on issues. You know the stand I took on Sharia. I was pelted, I was abused in the north, but then how long did the Sharia last? I told them they were having a political Sharia. And I was vilified. They threw stones at me. There is nothing they did not do. That did not make me change.
And away from that, President Muhammadu Buhari has thanked the ministers seeking elective offices for their services to the nation. He also admonished other members of the cabinet to be more diligent and committed to the success of the administration. Femi Akonde has more.
Ten ministers bow out of President Muhammadu Buhari's cabinet, but Mr. President says they will be replaced without delay. Their exit is in compliance with Mr. President's directive to all members of his cabinet aspiring for political offices to resign, and also in accordance with Section 48, subsection 12 of the Electoral Act. At the valedictory session for appointees leaving the cabinet to pursue political ambitions, the president said he believes those of them interested in succeeding him are as well competent.
I have no doubt that if the next president emerges from among former members of this cabinet, like any other aspirant, ample competence and outstanding service delivery would be on display. This will be part of our legacies to Nigerians.
Some of the outgoing ministers have also been integral members of President Muhammadu Buhari's administration. For them, the opportunity to serve is one they do not take for granted, and they believe working with President Muhammadu Buhari have prepared them for the task ahead.
When the president invited us to talk to us and to remind us of the need to fulfill his mandate of as he directed after the Federal Executive Council on Wednesday. And we appreciate his kind words.
It's a period I describe as sadness and joy. Sadness in the sense that they are going to miss a fatherly figure who has impacted seriously on not just your lives, in the sense of continuous inflow and outflow of wisdom, but also on the fact that he has done so much for the infrastructure of this country and also to reposition the country better for posterity.
It's now time for the outgoing ministers to test their popularity at the ballot. But for President Muhammadu Buhari, the business of governance must continue, as he will now shop for replacements to fill the vacuum in his cabinet. Femi Akonde, TVC News, Abuja.
And few hours after the valedictory session held in honor of ministers seeking elective offices in the 2023 general elections and presided by President Muhammadu Buhari, the Minister of Labour and Employment, Chris Ngige, has now withdrawn from the 2023 presidential race. The minister announced his withdrawal from the contest in a statement in Abuja. The minister had earlier declared his intention to run for president in the forthcoming polls while addressing a crowd of supporters on April 19th at his hometown in Indemili South local government area of Anambra State. Mr. Ngige stressed that he had yet to fill and submit the 100 million naira worth of expression of interest of nomination forms of the All Progressives Congress. But for him, he explained that dropping his presidential ambition was in the interest of the nation. Also, Nigeria's Minister of Justice and Attorney General of the Federation, Abubakar Malami, may pull out of the Kebbi State governorship race. Mr. Malami had in April declared interest in the Kebbi State governorship race. Now, the AGF is yet to make his intention known, but feelers from Kebbi State indicates that he may be stepping down from contesting for the Kebbi State governorship election.